Hello there, my name is Gary and today I'm going to be your guide around SNS Challenger. Firstly, you're probably wondering what SNS Challenger is. But before I can answer that, let me take you back to Portsmouth, England on December 21st, 1872. Leaving Portsmouth Harbour that day was HMS Challenger, a Royal Navy ship stripped of her cannons and ammunition and fitted with laboratories and dredging equipment. Her primary objectives were scientific, and would see her spend 3.5 years voyaging around the world recording the depths of the oceans, while analysing the properties of the seabed. But she had a second objective, to photograph the lands that they visited along the way, lands which the British Empire had a good deal invested in. Taking full advantage of their Victorian network, many places including Bermuda, South Africa, New Zealand, the Philippines, Hong Kong, Japan and Tahiti were documented, creating a unique collection of places around the world. Yet what do these places look like today? Would it be possible to do the same again? So our objective is to revisit the site of each original photograph and take a picture of how it looks today. 135 years ago, these places were photographed and printed using chemicals and wooden cameras, but today we are gifted with digital photography and social networking. SNS Challenger is a combination of both of these technologies. So in other words, SNS Challenger is an internet ship that is sailing, so to speak, on the currents of the World Wide Web. Now if you'd like to follow me, we can have a quick look around the ship and see how things work on board. When you first come aboard, you are greeted with the main deck. Along the top, you can see a range of options, communications, my quarters, crew lists, albums, mess, ship's events, cruise words, groups, and engineering. Below that, we can see a list of the ship's destinations and some featured albums. To your left, there are guides for getting started, as well as blog posts written by the crew. If we look at some of the albums, we can make our way into the heart of the ship. At the top of the page, there are some featured albums, and below that are other albums presented randomly. So let's have a look at, say, the Bermuda album, and we are presented with a collection of black and white pictures. These are the original Challenger pictures, and if we click on one, we can see that particular image more clearly, and when we scroll down, we can see some detailed information that offers clues about the location's whereabouts. Below that, we can see some boxes where crew members can leave comments and start a discussion. Anything can be posted in these boxes, including images, texts, and of course links as well. So let's have a look at some work that has been going on board. Staying in the Bermuda album, if we click on this image here, again we can see a full description. However, when we scroll to the bottom, we can see that one of the crew members has added their own image of this location as it is today. Evidently, not much has really changed here. It's still an avenue of cedar trees, and the absence of comments suggests that it was fairly easy to locate. However, this isn't always the case. For example, if we go to the album of Valparaiso in Chile, and this particular image of a cemetery, we can see just how hard location searching can be. If we scroll down, we can see a comment here by Neil. Now in this comment, he mentions that while visiting Valparaiso, he showed this picture to a caretaker at one cemetery. The caretaker instantly recognized the original image, but was sadly not able to grant him access to rephotograph it. The reason was that Chile had recently been struck by a tremendous earthquake, and it wouldn't have been saved. If we go to the album of Gibraltar, we can see another example of complications. By clicking on this image of the Devil's Tooth, we can see the original showing a very distinct rock formation, but when we scroll down we can see some recent images taken by Gus, clearly showing what looks like a lot of vegetation. To accompany his pictures, Gus also wrote a detailed blog post, so if we go up and click on Crew's words and scroll down, we can read about Gus's search for the same location. In it, we learn about how he identified the location of the rock formation, how he managed to get access to it, as well as how he used to play in that same area when he was a child, saying it was the closest he could ever get to an Amazonian forest. Clearly today, that forest is still thriving, so much so that according to Gus, it was impossible to photograph that location from the same position as it was in 1873. Now, accounts such as those of Neil and Gus make this voyage what it is, a ship of stories and personal experiences. There are more pictures and stories like these aboard the ship, but in the interest of time, I can't show them all today. There are, however, many more pictures yet to be revisited, and many more stories yet to be told, and for this we need your help. If you would like to take part, just click aboard the ship, go to sign up, and join the crew. If you know anyone else who would like to help, or you would like to spread the word, please post and share this link on your Twitter or Facebook pages. That concludes our little tour for today. Thank you very much for your time, and I really do hope to see you on board in the future.